Alrighty, in the top side of the map we have the red team, Showtime and Elaser. And in the bottom side we have the blue team, Lambo and Goblin. Yo, I just wanna... Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, no, sorry. You guys have no idea what I'm owing about. What happened here is that the Goblin wanted to go for a Nexus first. And Showtime read it, so he scouted in time to block the Nexus first. So Goblin now had to go for a late gateway in the end. It's not over. I'm glad he didn't commit to the Nexus first after all. But it's a little bit of a painful start. But yeah, this is a very important match here, guys. For everyone involved, by the way. Let me explain. Goblin is the most unfortunate one in Group B. First game, he lost a couple series 2-1. So his score is currently 0-3. I estimate that if you get 4 wins, you're probably guaranteed to go to the playoffs. If you're on 3 wins, you could advance in a tiebreaker. He has 5 matches left to play, so that means he needs to win 3 or 4 out of the last 5. So for him, it speaks for itself. The other guys are all 2-1. Meaning that if Lambo wins, for example, he's going to go 3-1, and his 2 main rivals are going to go down to 2-2, and he gets the head-to-head advantage. Same goes for these guys. If these guys win, they're both 3-1, and Lambo is 2-2, and Goblin is 0-4. So this could be a very strong indicator of who's going to advance in the end. Obviously not yet for Gobo. He has some more work to do. Now the Proto Zerg mirror is really funny because it's just like... If you guys are wondering why you see this so much in this mirror, but not in... That was not a cancel. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there by Schultzeit, as they call him in German. Just kidding, I know they don't. But the reason why is because Terran doesn't take their base so fast and they can fly. So if you want to block the Protoss, you have to block both naturals somehow. Zerg takes their base very fast, leaving only one place for the Protoss. So it's just incredibly easy to block. So in this mirror matchup, Proto-Zerg mirror, you're always just going to see them blocking each other forever. And it's kind of seems like a must, actually. Showtime sounds cruel even to you. Yeah, I know. I just like being a little bit goofball sometimes. All right. What I expect from this one is for Lambo to have cooked up a strategy because he is the professor. For Elaser to be a little crazy. For Showtime to be strong and solid. And for Goblin to somehow be a mix of all of those. Because sometimes he's creative, sometimes he's boringly standard, sometimes he's amazingly strong, sometimes he's a little washed. So Goblin is like, he's the essence of these 3 players combined, basically. And we're going to see which one it is going to be today. Roach Warren against Bailing Nest is the first important... Wait, did I didn't miss an Oracle, right? No, there was indeed no Stargate this game. That's kind of surprising, but... yeah, not... I guess it makes sense in this matchup. Oracles are not as good when you go up against Link Stalker, in particular. But it's Bailing against Roach. In a lot of situations, this favors the Bailing player. And I know this from playing ZVZ myself very poorly. I suck at ZVZ. Because you can attack with Ling Bane, and the Roaches don't kick in as fast. So it's basically Ling Bane against Ling. You get some damage, Roach player plays from behind. In this scenario, where he didn't get attacked at all, and he just went straight for Roach, I think Elaser's gonna get a slight lead compared to Lambo here. If you look at the Protoss player, Showtime is down 2 workers, but he does have an extra gate, I believe. Actually, we just heard it finish, so pretty even on all sides. Goblin went for the 4th gate instead of the 3rd Nexus. That is a lag spike, and I really hope it's not me. One time, 11 years ago, 11 and a half years ago, Dutch StarCraft League Spring Invitational in 2014. Yes, I do actually remember that. I think it was probably March. If I get that right too, that would be a little insane. I think it was probably March. But then it wouldn't make sense that it was called Spring, right? Yeah, maybe it wasn't March. His internet's still dying, by the way. Okay, we're back for a second time. I hope Goblin's internet stabilizes because, like, it's not even about the disconnect being necessarily bad, but it's just it's mentally very annoying to have to deal with that. I remember playing a match where I had to run downstairs to fix the router, like, in between the match. Like, I literally had to pause because I had 500 ping. It takes a toll out of you. But anyway, back to the story. So it was the DSL Spring Invitational. It was Optimus against Jonah. Bonus points if you remember any of these players. And it was like a 50-minute late game, or maybe even longer, like an hour. It was like Raven Swarmo stuff, you know, from back in the day. And Optimus was slowly winning, very slowly winning, but then someone DC'd and they had to regame, and he sat in the recover game loading screen for like 7 minutes because it just took forever. And he was just nervous, and then he ended up losing, so that was very painful. But yeah, like I thought, we are going to have a timing attack here. Sadly for Team Blue, I do feel like Team Red has read this well enough. Elaser has about 10 more drones. I don't think that's gonna cost them anything. It's just gonna give them more economy. I feel, especially with this, look at the sentry uses from Showtime. Like, it's just beautiful so far. Really good force fields. Ravager's also helping out on the left side. I'm not gonna show it now because this fight is more important. Elaser counters the roach run by of Lambo. He's blinking forward, and keep in mind these are slow warpins because this gateway is not yet finished, and to me it looks like they're getting absolutely mopped up here. And Goblin in the middle of disconnects is also facing a little bit of a tournament crisis, because I don't want to say his tournament life is on the line in this series because it's not quite true, but it's getting very, very close. Keep in mind, if he loses this series, he will go 0-4, and that is extremely painful. Now this sucks because this felt like, I mean, it sucks for them, not for me. It was like, this is horrible. This is my turn, but I'm gonna change the result. No, it sucks for them because it felt like a prepared build kind of thing. If you prepare a build, you always want to try and sneak a map with that, and that it falls so flat on its face, that is, yeah, very unfortunate. I don't think, I've said this many times before, I don't think this means the series is clearly going to be a 2-0, even though it was a one-sided game. It's always going to change, but they're going to have to bring something different. In the top left, we have Showtime and Elaser, Team Blue. In the bottom side, we have Team Red, Goblin, and Lambo. He's not going to try the Nexus first again. After getting blocked last game, very understandable. What do I expect from this game? I don't know, actually. It's just the timing they did in the last game, it didn't really line up with the builds I usually see in Protoss Zerg Mirror. What I see more often is like the... Oh, wait. He's trying to be so sneaky. You guys watching this? He's going... Look. He's waiting for it to... No, he's gonna get blocked again. Goblin. He was trying to... it's second time in a row, man. You guys realize what happened? He went for the gate. Oh, that is... I feel terrible for him. This mind game, I have to explain it to you guys. So, what Goblin did is really smart, but Showtime just didn't bother scouting. What he did is he went for a gate without gas. The reason why he did that is because Showtime would see that it's not a Nexus first timing. Then he should go up because you can't afford the Nexus in time. But because he skipped the gas, he would be able to put the Nexus. But Showtime, without scouting, without paying attention to that specific timing, he just chilled on the natural, ruined Goblin's mind game again. So, it hurts my soul a little bit, because I know that Goblin likes to put... I have the same. He likes to put a lot of effort in the mind games, and it always hurts a little bit to see it not work out. I see Sentry first from Showtime. I think, did we see a Zealot here? No, we didn't. Also Sentry first for Goblin. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same story again. They're just gonna block each other until eternity. I'm really starting to wonder here if maybe after all you can take a Nexus out here. Like, they don't do it because they're playing against Zerg. If you take a Nexus in Tokyo, it's really far away to defend. He's gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Zergling run-bys are just gonna be insane, right? But you also have a Zerg on your team. And look how long these things get freaking delayed. If you just built your Nexus here, you're gonna get it like in 90 seconds faster or something like absolutely ridiculous. So I'm starting to wonder if they should just do that. Like, I really think there's a chance it's dumb, there's a chance it just works out perfectly and people are gonna stop pylon blocking because it works. I legit think there's a chance of that. And let's see, how much later is Showtime's Nexus going to be? It's being blocked by Zerglings right now. It's gonna go down at 3:13. What is that? I want to say a solid 35 seconds later or so that's quite good. Oh. Twilight Robo, you normally see if you're going to go for a DT drop. I think there's absolutely zero chance he's going to go for a DT drop because these guys exist. And if you guys have played since Energy Recharge was introduced, you know that these guys see absolutely everything you're ever going to do with the Hallucinated Phoenix. So, oh, good scout here by Lambo. He sees that it is a Roach Warren again. I feel, actually, I have to admit, in the mind game department, I feel a little bad for these guys. Glaives! Oh, guys, we're entering new territory. Hell yeah. That's what I want in 2v2. We're entering new freaking territory here. That's awesome. But yeah, first the mind game with Goblin. And then Lambo loses the mind game twice in a row against Elaser because he made the safety bailing nest. And Elaser didn't. So that's a little... Look at this. Double nexus in the production tab. That's a little painful. But I guess we'll see how it's going to play out. They're going to do a Glaives Roach all-in with a... Did he make a prism? He hasn't made the prism yet. He's going to start it right now, yeah. Okay. So he's going to see. I don't think they're going to realize what this is exactly. They know it's all-in. They're both going to start making units right now. Assuming they have brain cells, which I'm sure they do. There you go. Elaser confirmed has brain cells, guys, the more you know. But I don't think they're going to realize it's Adepts. I think they're more likely to expect Stalkers. I really have no idea how this is going to work. Showtime has literally nothing, it feels like. He has 54 supply. I mean, Goblin also has 53, but he has 6 gateways about to finish. It's going to be Roach, Bailing, Adept. Now, one thing to not forget is that there's no wall anywhere, right? Adepts can shade in here, they can shade in here, they can shade into every single base, as long as Lambo's army doesn't get jumped upon. Ravagers are here to break the force fields. I think he has about 9 Adepts now. It looks like it's 8 Adepts. Yeah, I would even just shade past. Oh, those are really good force fields. Is he gonna finish it? Yes, look, exactly. I have theorized about this a couple times. Like, since there's more bases to shade into, Glaive Adepts should theoretically be good. Look how many units they're gonna have to pull back for this. They're not even gonna kill these Adepts in time, by the way. Adepts are gonna go into either of the main bases. At the same time, they're pushing forward. Showtime a little late with the force fields there. So he's gonna lose a couple of those sentries very, very easily. Goblin needs to keep paying attention with this army, though. Like, he needs to help Lambo. He's actually about to be supply blocked, so I hope for his sake that he loses a couple of Adepts. The Adepts in the main are absolutely popping off. Lambo has been doing a great job trading here, by the way. Fantastic micro on the Roach Ravager. Oh, Goblin's Pylon did actually finish, so it wasn't really a supply block. But look how many units the Adepts pulled back into the main base. Situation of this game, I would say that Lambo and Goblin are very close to winning, but it's definitely not over yet. There's going to be more Adepts going into the main base. Really good cancel there on the shades. Yeah, this is what you have to be careful of. If the units get on top of the Ravagers, then all of a sudden you get cooked. And, I mean, the supplies are really barely in the favor of Team Red. Oh, this is good, though. He should be able to kill at least 20 more workers with this, I want to say. This shade was not that great, but he's still going to target on the workers, you see. So, Elaser is going to go down to a pretty small worker count. Adepts in the main are also going to kill a lot of workers. And in 2v2, you would theorize that this is an even better strategy because you have your teammate Zerg to eco up behind it. Now, Elaser does have the lair. He does have roach speed as well, by the way. Lambo's lair is only halfway. Goblin's gonna go for the DT shrine. I would say it didn't work in the end. I don't like saying it because I love the strategy, I love the idea, but I would still say it didn't work. I think Lambo could have been a bit more greedy behind it. Maybe they didn't quite realize exactly when the push was gonna fizzle out, but I feel like Lambo could have gone up to 60 drones, 4th hatch, and then start making units. And then I would think they would be in a good spot, but now it's not looking super hot, I will admit. Did he... Okay, he didn't lose the prism, thank goodness. I thought he did for a second. DT Shrine, by the way, about to finish. Actually, that was very good observer timing over there. Worker or units lost over here is indeed in favor of the blue team, and it's mostly just those Stalkers trading super, super efficiently. Okay, that is DT number 1, DT number 2 here. I think he might want to wait for another. There is no detection in any base, but they do have an Overseer and a Robo. Observer number 1 is coming out. Have they scouted the Dark Shrine? They have not scouted the Dark Shrine, but they might be expecting it anyway. I really like that he's shading in with the Adepts at the same time. Okay, DT is going to get in here. Adept shaded somewhere. Yeah, I really like that he finished them, even though it looks bad. It's just going to be an insane distraction. Look, DT is going to slice away at these workers. Slice away at these workers in the same time. And behind it, he has the Robo, so he can make Immortals, and he's getting Blink. And most importantly, it's giving Lambo time to just become Omega strong. As you can see, 67 workers for Lambo, +1 on the way. The laser does not have an upgrade. Also, hey, one thing I want to say, by the way, I feel like pro players almost never notice when there's tunneling claws on the roaches, but it's legit one of the things that I see instantly. I feel like he should call out that there's tunneling claws right now. Like, I feel like you just see it. Look at the spikes on these roaches. Do you guys see it? You can see instantly that they have tunneling claws, but they don't see... Oh, look at this! Perfect positioning. I guess he did see it. Or maybe that was lucky, because Lambo morphed an Overseer after seeing it. Yeah, that's 7 roaches going down. Wow. DTs. A little bit of a mistake there by Elaser getting in... losing 7 roaches there, even though he probably could have just backed off at some point. And now I would say... Oh, I like how Lambo's countering with the same thing, by the way. He's getting tunneling claws by himself. Gobbo did say it? Okay, perfect. I love it. I'm happy he did, because I'm a Gobbo fan. And I feel like every pro should see it instantly, but I see it quite often that pros don't realize it. Even to the point where sometimes... I've seen Cyril reveal the tunneling claws where it seemed like he was too early. And then the opponent Protoss player, which very often would be like freaking Classic or something, not prepare for it still. Oh, look at this. What a move by Laser. Look at this. The tunneling claw surround. That is beautiful, though. I think it could have been executed slightly better, but it's still going to be extremely efficient and beautiful. And oh no, this is the downfall. This is the downfall of Team Red. No, you cannot be going here, my friend. Okay. Thank goodness that the army here backed off, because I feel like they could have killed all those Ravagers at least. I'm not saying they would have won the fight for free, but Ravagers are 100, and they were pretty much sitting ducks there, so... that could have been a disaster for them. Tunneling Claw Roaches, however, do get through, and this is when it gets very difficult, because now he's going to have to respect and react to these Roaches, while at the same time maneuvering at the front, and they have to have detection over here, so that is really not easy. Couple Zealots, this is probably a Prism, right? Yeah, this Prism could be absolutely devastating. These Zealots are going to kill this Nexus eventually, if they will. Looks like there's a pretty big fight going on. Goblin's army here is insane, by the way. I know his supply looks small. His army is good against everything they have, because he has 5 Immortals. These are going to stay alive. Oh, that is a painful warp in here. For a Goblin. DTs... Oh no, those are Goblin's DTs. Good for him, because if those were Showtime's DTs, he would have gotten absolutely cooked. Hey, fantastic defense there by Goblin, right? Did he even really lose anything there? I'm not quite sure. Lambo killing those rocks, I'm not sure he realizes what he just opened, because that looks like an absolutely monstrous army. Goblin is posturing very closely with the Immortals, and it looks like Showtime is aware, because he is backing off from that. Zealot warping in the main of Lambo. It's painful, but there's DTs. DTs are doing super, super good here. Oh, I think they're gonna go for it. Yeah, you could tell he was thinking about warping in with that. Keep in mind, he has force fields. That's 5 Immortals that he just pretty much blinked. Yeah, these Immortals are gonna pop off super hard against the Stalkers here. Look at this. And now Elaser's army is also cornered over there. He does not have the reinforcement, though, because there is no Prism anymore. That Prism did die, I believe, right? Yeah, it did indeed die. They're pushing forward. He did bile himself a little bit. I don't like this that much. I feel like the Immortals should be covered with as much meat as possible. If like 10 Zealots get on top here, they all die instantly, and it would be a massive shame. Lambo is busy dealing with multiple run-bys at the same time, which is very painful. Lambo is indeed down to 40 drones. Goblin is still at 65 workers. As you can see, the income for Lambo is struggling. But their army is monstrous. But yeah, they have to be careful. Like, literally, these roaches are gonna disappear when they even breathe next to the Immortals, you know? They don't even have to be in range. They'll just disappear. Okay, this could be... I think Showtime's gonna... Yeah, I knew it. He was gonna blink there. It's not gonna be that good for Showtime here, guys. Those Immortals are so freaking powerful. He's stutter stepping into their army with the Immortals. Their supply is plummeting. Keep in mind that Stalkers are a very well maneuverable unit. So Showtime could clean this army up eventually, and Lambo has 27 workers behind it. Lambo's army is massive. Look at the upgrades real quick. Lambo is ahead by 2 upgrades compared to Elaser. That's a big reason why these are so powerful. But there's a DT here, and there's no detection. I hope they realize that there's a freaking Dark Templar here. They cannot afford to lose this army, guys. There's not enough eco. Oh man, it's 2 DTs just slicing away like crazy. Where's the Observer for Goblin? You would hope that it's arriving sometime soon, or an Overseer, anything like that. Goblin still has a lot of supply and a lot of money. This is a classic... Please, an Observer? Anything? Oh, Observer is finally here. He's gonna lose another Immortal, though. There's only one left. This is a situation where Goblin needs to give money to Lambo, because you can see he's not managing to spend it. Their army still looks very strong, and once again, Lambo has the upgrade lead. Lurker then going down for Elaser. That is very likely to not see the light of day here, I want to say. The reason they're pushing forward so viciously is just because they know they have to win. Goblin with like 1,000,000 Starkos reinforcing. This one Immortal has 10 kills, by the way, and it's very likely those are all Roaches or Immortals. There's a lot of Zealots warping in there, but Goblin has a very healthy amount of Stalkers. Another Immortal showing up is very good. And this is actually not that great for Showtime, because he's gonna lose a lot of Zealots before he gets to snowball potential here. And I think with this push, they might still be able to do it. It's really gonna come down to the wire. I would love to just... Please kill this pylon. No Warpins, no cannon. Okay, they're gonna kill it now. There you go. Now, also stop the detection on those Immortals, of course. Supplies are very even in total. Lambo really does not have a whole lot. He's producing 13 Roaches. They're gonna kill another base here. And now the question is, what is the eco of the other players? As you can see, Goblin has the economic lead. It's actually pretty even overall. I think together their ecos are even. I'm not 100% sure if I like them pushing forward here. I was about to say, we can see that their ecos have actually even... That's 6 DTs. Does he have DT Blink for those? No, he doesn't. He's just chilling with DTs. Why does he have 6 here? I mean, he's actually going to kill both bases, so it's going to work, but it's kind of surprising. Okay. I think they might not realize... Oh, Lambo's going to lose even more workers, guys. It's going to go down to like 0. There are DTs slicing away at this base as well. This base is going to die. I think we're in a situation where Goblin is going to have to 1v2 this. No, Lambo! Nothing to the Lurkers, my friend. Oh, you need every unit. I was going to say. Goblin needs to 1v2 this, but he needs support from Lambo. Defending stuff, counter-attacking stuff. But if he loses Roaches like that, that is going to be incredibly hard to do. Showtime's income is actually very steady because he has this base, but he is running out on pretty much all of his bases. Goblin has a fresh gold. Look at this. He's going to skyrocket ahead. Yeah, a Goblin is in a good position to 1v2 this game. But... it's just very hard. I mean, there are Lurkers out, and they have this upgrade, which is the most terrifying upgrade in 2v2. I would really love for Lambo to find a good angle to counterattack with. I mean, it's 8 Lurkers. I think it's really not easy to judge this situation if you're Goblin Lambo. I feel like for them, it feels like they're completely dead. I don't think they're dead, but they have to play like they realize it is the problem. Probably, do we want to see more Immortals? I do think we want more Immortals. Blink DT is also an option. I do like the addition of the Warp Prism, because that can go and warp in a bunch of units. Look at the upgrades. It's +2 for Showtime against the +1 of Goblins, so Showtime is ahead in that regard. Those are barely not going to get that. I think they were actually not going to get it, so it was a good idea to run away. Looked a little silly maybe, but that's an annoying Observer, but thank goodness Lambo sees it. This would be a good snipe. I don't know. I think on one angle you could think that it's definitely winning for Team Blue. On the other angle you could totally see Team Red winning, right? Here is part number 1, or part number 2 I should say, of the impossible to beat combo sometimes, which is the Nidus Lurker. And there's also a lot of space that's not going to be covered by anything since these buildings are all dead. So that's going to give a lot of space for Niduses. Team Red actually do take the supply lead for a little bit, but once again they are playing against Lurker Blink DT when his army is pretty much Zealot Stalker. His army looks incredibly small here, by the way. Oh, pretty good bios there too. One downside of Elaser's army is that it's... No, Lambo, not like this, my friend! Oh... Lambo with a couple of very costly mistakes here, guys. Earlier he walked the Roaches into the Lurkers, now he walked them there. I think it's safe to say he's probably lost about 25 supply to those blunders. Yeah, that could be... I mean, it is a thing that could change the game. Showtime's going for the counterattack. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Actually, they might not kill the Nexus in the end. Okay, I like that Lambo is just jumping for it because he knows Goblin is close behind. I feel like Goblin is tempted to blink up here, but I don't think he wants to do that, really. Okay, Lambo's getting some clutch plays here. I think he might have sniped a Lurker or so there. And they do manage to save their base. Run by Goblin is going to work out. Oh, he did get the DT blink as well. For some reason, I thought only Showtime had it, but... Yeah, they both have it, indeed. Okay, here we go, guys. Yeah. How are they going to beat it? I don't know. I would love to give you guys an answer. Okay, I mean, there are actually... Oh, the blink DTs. Yeah, it's actually just enough. Yeah, I think it's actually just enough, but they need... They don't have detection here, guys. The overseers were just a little late. I want them to kill that... Look, Lambo's baiting the spines. You saw the micro on the roaches. He was baiting the spines. Oh, detection came just a little too late. Please kill the Nidus. Is 1 HP. I would love for him to target the Nidus, but he's not going to. DTs. Oh, wait. Detection is out of position for your laser. He's going to lose a couple guys over here. Showtime is attacking on the left side. And this looks like it's going to be the end of at least a couple Immortals. This is a scary position for Goblin because he made Tempest to deal with the Lurkers, but these Tempests are almost completely useless against the Protoss. Yeah, just like that. Almost completely useless against the Protoss army. You know, Elazer's doing damage, but he's also losing a lot of Lurkers. Like, those could have been 1,000,000 Lurkers to attack at the front. Like, Elazer's down to 60 supply right now. He still has no economy. DTs are going to kill yet another base. I think... Are they doing it here, guys? There's still 3 Immortals here. He has a Tempest that can poke it downtown. From downtown at the Immortals and the Lurkers. It looks like he wants to go forward. Those are pretty easily killable if they're exposed and alone. He's making 2 more Tempest. I'm not quite sure if I like the Tempest here. I might actually prefer... well, no, I think it's okay because there's not that many Stalkers left, but it's always going to be a little tricky. Dude, the Goblin Proto-Zerg versus Proto-Zerg games we have casted have just been nuts, actually. Like, it's legit... Yesterday it was Goblin Young Yakov against Elaser Shameless. It was a banger, and now we get this Omega banger of a match. If you weren't convinced of 2v2 yet, guys, I know that these games will, because, oh my goodness. Now this is, I think, more what Elaser wants to be doing. This main base attack ended up not being the best, actually, because he was too poor to replace the Lurkers. Might not have expected... Goblin to do so much damage on the counter with DTs. But attacking over here with a lot of Lurkers is going to be quite efficient. Could also attack down here. There's a Zealot over here that's... Wait, Zealot's 2-shot workers with those upgrades? I never actually paid attention to that before. Did I miss-see that? Or did they actually 2-shot workers? I mean, it makes sense. Because they do 16 damage, so with 2 upgrades, I guess they do 20. Huh. I mean, that's a new fact that I didn't know about. Well, these Archons are actually quite strong here, guys. Normally, Archon's not the best thing ever against the Protoss army. Well, early on, for sure. Zealot, Immortal Archon. But, yeah, I mean... It's good against Zealots, but it's also not the most convincing unit ever, I guess I want to say. But here, against this army, it seems pretty strong. Tempests are not going to kill them that fast. Also... Lambo got up to 140 supply again, by the way. I know it's just Roach Ravager off of 33 drones, but it's quite impressive. If he blinks forward, the Roach Ravager is going to get into play. Actually, 2 Stalkers for a Tempest, that's barely a good trade. 3 Stalkers is pretty even, I want to say. Now, Showtime is very, very powerful here. And yeah, this army does look strong. Oh, look! I didn't even pay attention to it before, but you can see that they're shared control. I was like... That's pretty synchronized, but no, it's just Goblin that's boxing the entire army. Lambo gave him a couple roaches. He's gonna get in here. Elaser moved the Lurkers forward. That was not the right move. He's gonna lose those Lurkers, followed by all the drones. These Tempests have somehow been a good value here because they scared the Lurkers back. They're actually gonna freaking do it, guys. What an Omega banger of a freaking game. Like, it's crazy good, right? Were my games this good? I hope so. Oh my god. Guys. Team Red. Let's go, the homies. Goblin and Lambo. Wow. I did say it, guys. Goblin was in a spot where he could go for the 1v2, and he clutched really hard. Those DTs did so much work. Lambo made 2 mistakes exactly. Sometimes maybe I exaggerated, like he made so many blunders. He made 2 mistakes, walking roaches into the enemy unit. Since then, the micro was really good. He managed to deal with Lurkers with Roach Ravager, which is really not that easy. Goblin had the composure to make a high-tech army, and what a freaking, I want to say, comeback for sure. Very well done. It's time for game number 3. Alright, game number 3 of this epic best of 3. In the top right, we have Showtime and Elaser. In the bottom left, we have Goblin and Lambo. And yeah, this match, I'm a little extra biased because I just want my boy to get a dub. Goblin has been super good in 2v2 in the past. And so far, his performance doesn't do justice how good he is. He deserves a dub here. And getting it against a really strong teamer would be nice. I think I remember... that his next match is pretty favored for him. I think I remember thinking that. I don't know which one exactly it was, but I think it was him and Showtime against Zhuge and Nicorakt maybe, which I felt like that was pretty favored for them. So, we'll see. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys have good name suggestions for the teams, feel free. Because someone suggested that this team should be called Laser Show. And that's just perfect. So we have Team Laser Show, and then we have... Glumbo. Like... Gobbo. I mean, it's actually just Gobbo that works, but, you know, it's that's how people call Goblin by himself, so that doesn't really work. Gabo. Gamba. Gumbo. Laser Show. Yeah, it's a good one, right? Laser Show is a good one. How about the homies? Yeah, everyone that plays with us is the homies. Okay, let's see. How long are our bases gonna get blocked this time? At this point, I'm starting to wonder if you might as well just play 2-gate as well. Just not make any units out of it. Like, just spend the money, you know? Yeah, it's gonna get blocked forever. This guy's gonna get blocked forever. Let's see. Are they gonna make links to help their allies? Doesn't look like it, actually. He hasn't built a pylon yet. I guess he's expecting Zerglings to be finished. He makes the pylon now. I think he mostly did that because he wanted to run away. This base is gonna get blocked forever. Both going for the sentry first again. Now, I noticed something in the lobby. Not quite sure if you guys did see it, but... they took quite a while strategizing before starting the match. So... I mean, it could be that they just decided on playing a standard strat, but I like the idea of them having cooked up something crazy, you know? And I want to know what it is. Last game, they cooked up something cool. Didn't actually work in the end, I think mostly because of outplays and very solid play back at home. They managed to get the dub. The build itself barely didn't work out, but it was cool. Now, what are they going to have planned this time? You know, I really don't mind a Phoenix play. Like, a Phoenix play would actually be pretty decent, I think. Oh, okay. The laser is making a... Ooh, okay, it's literally... Look, 8 larvae spent on links, 8 larvae spent on drones. That's what it was exactly. No bailing nest this time. 20 links. Let's see what they have, guys. 2 sentries, a zealot, and 2 links, and 2 queens. Overlord is not close. Laser's gonna dodge the Overlord too. Let's see. I need to see units on the production tab. Goblin is not making anything either, by the way, guys. Oh, man. This could be a kill third base. Actually, do I like going for the third base? Yeah, actually, I think it's an alright decision. It feels like maybe there could have been something more done than just killing the third, but I guess we'll see. This is going to be very painful, though. He's just going to right-click it, even if units arrive. Goblin is a little too late with the force fields, so he's not going to be able to kill it. And yeah, I mean, this is just... it's a very painful start for them. Like, it's straight up. Like, look, the unit count is already the same. It's the same drones, same links, but one of them has a third and the other doesn't. And Goblin goes for the response, went behind the Dark Shrine, just like last game. Now he's going to kill... oh, look at that. Yes, good surround and force field. Okay. Now all of a sudden Lambo has 18 more links, so now we go across the map and see what we can do. Showtime did scout the DT Shrine, by the way, with an hallucinated Phoenix. And I'm not quite sure if Goblin is going to cancel the thing. I guess DTs are always kind of good in 2v2 anyway. I am worried about this, though. If they don't counterattack and their eco just gets a little bit behind... Not just eco, by the way, it's also production. Like, this is a fully injected hatchery of production that Lambo doesn't have. As you can see, the supply is staying behind. Lambo has a lot of money. It's not because he's macroing like crap. It's because he doesn't have the production, which is extremely painful. Let's see, it's gonna be Roach against drones. Lambo is gonna have a couple more drones right now. Bailing Nest is coming up for... oh! Wait, this is actually nice for Team Red. He's making a Bailing Nest because he saw a lot of links, so I think for a second he thought it was going to be like a mass link flood, maybe with +1 on melee or +1 armor. Both Protoss players are going to have Blink, Showtime a little faster than Goblin. And this game might... I mean, it does really feel... yeah, ooh. Oh, they're actually all-inning pretty hardcore. Yeah, they see it now. No more... not a single... cancel the probe. Not a single unit. 5,000 batteries. 8,000. Just a lot. Doesn't matter how many it is, just make it a lot. He's taking gases, which is insane. Like, they should 100% know they're all inning right now. There's no doubt at all. He saw 6 gates, and there's no third base. Like, it's completely obvious. There's a spine, there's a DT, and he's making immortals. It's 12 stalkers against 7, and Showtime does have 7 gates as well. Elaser's down to 40 drones. Like, their eco is way better. I think best thing they can do is actually sacrifice this base. Like, buy as much time as you can, and then go for the sacrifice. Force fields are going to be a nice defense. He's making Ravagers here. Elaser has a lot of supply. This is, by the way, no roach speed from Elaser, and that makes a pretty sizable difference. Also, no upgrade. Lambo's +1 just finished. Lambo is pretty strong here compared to Elaser, to be honest, guys. They're also getting a couple units early on. That's going to get blinked upon, I would imagine. I mean, it's in a very safe spot. 3 spines by Lambo. There's really good foresight, but they can get biled. Is he going to micro it? Probably not. Yeah, just a spine crawler, right? Who cares about spines? No. Okay, blink onto the Immortal is there. I mean, they are really running out of units here. Lambo has so much supply. There is 15 roaches on the way, but I don't know if Goblin can make enough stuff. I think it's actually still closer than it looks like. I mean, it looks tough, but it does look like a winnable position here to me. Look at this. The Lynx are going to get on top of the Ravagers. Ravagers are basically very expensive roaches when you get on top of them. Goblin does eat a couple biles there. Oh, sucks that he couldn't get the biles on top of the prison. Like, Lambo really is rich here, guys. Look at the income here for Team Red. They're going to be able to make so many units. Another Ravager goes down. Elaser's only reinforcing with Lynx, and I think they're actually going to defend this, guys. I really think so. And Immortal shows up on the left side. Fantastic micro by Team Red. Income is ahead. Supply is ahead. And Team Red freaking holds. I know you guys thought it, right? It really looked like for a second like they were going to die right there. Oh, this is going to hurt, though. That's such a good move. This is what happened. Blinks into the main, gets distracted, and then the Ling run by. Those are the small moves that you want to do. He sniped the Robo, by the way, which is very painful, especially because Goblin has been so good with the Immortals. Damn. Okay. Let's see. What is the situation like? Showtime does not have a third base, and Lambo is up by 10 workers. Goblin is also up by 8 workers, by the way, as you can see. Significant economy lead. It feels like they're just going to try... Well, Elaser is making drones. Yeah, he is making drones now. But... He wanted to right-click the base. Oh, that is... Oh, the communication was... That is really bad for them, guys. Goblin has Blink. I think every single Stalker is gonna die. You might have to recall this. Like, he has another Blink. Okay, so Showtime targeted the base because he didn't expect so many roaches to be there. Then Elaser saw that, and then he biled the base after Showtime already switched targets. So that was a little bit of a miscommunication there. A really good trade here by Team Red. And they are getting closer and closer to getting Goblin's first dub and a very important third dub for Lambo as well. This would be the clutchest series. Oh, that blink forward was not great by Gobo, I'll be honest. He does have the Immortal over there, so I get it. I know there were DTs at some point. I don't know if they ever really did anything. There is a Spore there as well. I think... Someone just pinged that DT? You guys see that? That's okay. Very, very interesting. By the way, Lambo Tunneling Claws almost finished. There are 2 observers on the field. There are no overseers on the left side. If Lambo picks the right side, I mean the correct side, not the right side, the correct side, to tunnel through. Oh, okay, I think they realized, right? Because they're morphing 2 overseers over here. If Lambo would have gotten into these bases... Oh, there's not even detection here. With the Tunneling Claws, I think they would win instantly. Right now, they're still going to have to win with a frontal push. What's the upgrade situation like? Elaser, no upgrades at all. Ooh, +2 is going to finish, yeah. Okay, I think what should happen here is they're going to attack when +2 finishes, and then they're going to kill Team Blue. I think that should happen. Lambo's upgrades are very strong. Goblin is also going to have an upgrade lead over Showtime. Let's see. Yeah, they're posturing. These are Thundering Claw Roaches. I think they have a really good idea. Wow. Look at this freaking... Okay, I was about to say 5,000 IQ read, but then he moved away. There's the thing. You can, by the way, it's not something you always want to do, but you can tunnel under force fields. So if your roaches get stuck, that's something that you can do. Okay, look at the flank. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Biles can take down those force fields. Immortal is going to do a lot of damage here at the front. It's also not in a position where it can be easily taken out. That is a fantastic force field by Goblin here. Look at this. And now Showtime already used his blink, and he's stuck in a mineral line, which is a very annoying fight to take. I think Goblin is going to be very efficient here against the Roaches. They are still holding pretty strong. And again, just like last game, they're going to survive on the defense because of 2 DTs. Exactly 2 DTs, the same thing as last time. This DT has been here for like 4 minutes, by the way, or something like that, a very long time. Here's an Overseer over here this time. I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he blinks for it in a reaction. That would be a terrible move, but reactively, I could see it happen. A big Roach counterattack over here. I feel like they should be able to make enough Stalkers to stop that. Goblin does have 131 supply, which is very healthy for a Protoss, who is on 36 freaking Stalkers, by the way. No Zealots, all high quality supply. Stalkers are... It's a basic unit, but it's very high quality supply nonetheless. I wouldn't mind the Force Field over here. That could have been pretty nice. I mean, he's just trying to take good trades. Goblin is not trying to, like, win the game instantly. He's trying to take good trades. Lambo biles down the base by showtime. Ravagers, like I mentioned before, they're very good, but if your army gets small, then it just becomes a very expensive right-click target. GG is called by Team Blue. Goblin gets his first double on the board. Lambo goes 3-1, which is putting him in a prime position to finish anywhere near the top of the group. And the Laser and Showtime both drop to 2-2. Pretty good map score, I think they have with both 2-2, so they have their chances, but they're going to have to fight for it. But wow, this was an absolutely fantastic best of 3. Obviously, it was a little biased here for my boy Goblin. I'm not going to deny that. I'm okay with that. But it was beautiful, right? Last game, incredibly clutch. This game, really, really, really good defense. Especially, keep in mind, they lost their third base for free. You guys remember that part? They lost their third base basically for free, and they still came out ahead. Fantastic dub.